Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to another video from TW White & Sons Mazda. Okay, here we have today a Mazda 6. This is a 2019 registered, January 2019 registered Mazda 6 2.5 petrol, 194 PS, that's the power output, GT Sport, presented in black mica with the stone leather, and this is in the saloon format. Now these cars I had as company cars from new, and to be honest, it's probably my favourite model in the range. I know our SUVs are probably the best selling in our range, but the Mazda 6, I hold it close to my heart. Now, a little bit of history on the car. I always like to give a bit of background. We've actually purchased this from another dealer who took it in part exchange, and not a Mazda dealer. So they offered it to us, and we said yes, and here it is. Now, we're very, very pleased when it turned up. I haven't even washed the car. It's turned up like this, which is a really, really good sign, you know, of ownership. When the car doesn't have to be, you know, cleaned to get it up to a good presentable condition. It's black mica paint, so metallic mica paint. It's in very good condition. There are two light grazes on an alloy on some alloy wheels, which I'm going to have done today or stroke tomorrow, depending on how much time we have left today. The interior is beautiful, which I'll show you in a moment, but the car is lovely, really, really lovely. These cars have got an incredible spec, which I'll go through in more detail when we get in the car. But what I'll do is I just want to show you in the back, in the boot, because this boot, even being a saloon car, is huge. Okay. So it's got a really deep boot, and I know with certain saloon cars the back seats don't always go down, but these do. You pull these levers and they fall down in a 60-40 split. Okay, but it's a nice big boot. I've done, I don't know how many airport runs I've done in the Mazda 6. As I say, the only reason I'd probably have an estate car over this is if I had a dog. I do have a dog, but my dog won't sit in the boot. He'll just cry, so he always wants to sit on a seat. But this is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful luxury vehicle. I'm a real fan of these cars, as you can probably tell from the enthusiasm in my voice. So let me show you to the back. Now look at this room. Look at the leg room in this. Okay. You've got the stone leather, which is fabulous. I prefer this to the black. The black is actually a very dark brown leather on the GT. These seats, I mean, we've not even cleaned these, so they've obviously been very well looked after. I often say I'd rather see dirt and then clean it off rather than have dark seats and not be able to see the dirt, if you understand what I mean. These aren't difficult to keep clean. They're really not. Just a damp cloth, a baby wipe even, and they come up really, really well. I always spec'd stone leather when I had the cars. The GT has a black headlining as well, and it has a sunroof, which has sort of come back into fashion now. You've got these like map holders here on the backs of the seat, and the back seats are heated as well. So you've got heated seats, okay, for the two outer seats, and you've got the all-important USB chargers in the back there, which are really handy. iPads, phones, tablets, etc. There's a really good opening for the rear of the car to get people in and out. I know my elderly parents would be delighted with that. The car's not too low, and also putting my 2-year-old in and out of his child seat would be a piece of cake with this opening and all this room here. The car does have ISOFIX anchorages, okay, for those child seats. You've got keyless entry, so you don't have to take your key out of your pocket or your bag, etc. to get into the car. And you've got the BOSE premium sound system on this vehicle, and it truly is excellent. So, I mean, hopefully from my photos in this video you can see the condition of this car. Now on the GT you get electric passenger seat, okay, which is 8-way, all right. You get lumbar support on the driver's seat as well as memory. Car's got its original overmats. Paintwork is really, really good. I know black cars can be difficult to keep, I'd say difficult to keep clean, but they often show a lot of marks. electric windows mirrors here, so the mirrors will fold in when you lock the car. There's your seat, lumbar and memory seats there. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to start the car up and then I can run you through the features of the car. Now the car comes with 2 keys. Okay, when you're in the car and you put your foot on the brake, it will register like the car will know there's a key in the car. Press this button here and she fires into life. Sorry, let me turn that down. In fact, I just want to show you that again. Oh look, it even comes up when your key battery's low, so we'll be changing them. Let me show you this again. There you go. So it's like a backlit dash. I think they call it TFT. I think that's really cool. Very nice indeed. Okay, now you can change the speedo from miles to kilometers, which is really useful. Okay, you've got your fuel, temperature, rev counter, MPG, range on your miles, and there's the mileage there, 23,540 miles. Okay, I think the car's due a service, which we'll do prior to the next owner taking the car. Okay, you've got automatic lights, wipers, automatic lights. These are LED adaptive lights. They are absolutely amazing. If you're driving down a country lane, you've got your lights on full beam. Someone comes the other way, it will dip the lights, but it'll only dip the lights not to dazzle the driver, not to sort of turn off full beam on the other side. It's amazing. If you go on a YouTube video, Mazda adaptive lights, it will show you. They are amazing. I wouldn't want to drive a car without that type of lighting at night down a country lane, etc. anymore. You just feel blind. So really, really good, really good. Steering column up, down, in and out. You've got paddle shifts here on the steering wheels to drive the car manually, should you wish to do so. I wouldn't be something I'd do. You've got adaptive cruise control, so it will track the car in front. So if you set at 70, someone in front slowed down, the car would then slow down and then speed up again once that car's sped up or you've passed that car, which is superb. You've got lane departure warning, so if you were to veer out of a lane without indicating, the car will warn you by bleep, rumble or both. You've got a 360 camera, parking sensors front and rear, traction control and an intelligent engine stop-start system, which will it's good for the environment because it switches the engine off, so lowers emissions, but it also saves you money because you're not burning as much fuel. Now I'm going to come up to this system and go into the safety features in more detail in a moment. You've got this beautiful climate control panel, which is, I don't want to sound silly by saying premium and this, that and the other, but if you've not sat in a recent Mazda, you really should. There is a real premium feel to the car, and I must say the premium cars, the traditional premium cars of today, I'll be honest, don't feel as premium as this, but don't take my word for it. Come and have a sit and drive in the car. You've got this lovely dash. Okay, I think this is like leather. Yeah. Climate control. You've got heated seats. You've also got air conditioned seats, so you know if someone says, oh, leather's cold in the winter, warm in the summer, well, this will counteract both those things. The air conditioning seats is a favourite of mine. I think they're wonderful. Climate control dual zone. You've got a heated steering wheel as well. Okay, so it makes it to a really comfortable car. Got a CD player. I don't own any CDs, but I know a lot of people still do. 6-speed gearbox, and this is a 6-speed gearbox in a traditional sense. It's got a torque converter. It doesn't roll back on hills. It's not jerky. It's nice and seamless. And you've got, this is the I think the official term is multimedia commander. This is your handbrake, by the way, or I call it a finger brake. It's the best way to describe it. And this will operate this system here as you're moving along, because this is touchscreen, but once you start moving along, it's disengaged. Now, I'm not promoting, obviously, you know, you play around with your sat nav and phone people up and stuff while you're driving. I don't want to promote that, but this will operate this screen as you're moving. I'd always get used to using this instead of putting your finger marks here. So let me run you through this. So in your application page, you've got fuel economy monitor, okay? So since reset, this has done 34.1 mpg. I want to just say something as well. I've had diesel ones of these, petrol ones, 2 litres, and this is the 2.5, the larger engine. The 2.5 I found to be excellent on fuel. Really, really good. And it's got this IE loop, so when you're braking, power is stored in a secondary battery that then runs you know, your air conditioning, your lights, your radio, etc. Less stress on the alternator, okay, so less emissions. All right, and then when this goes to a ready status, once the battery's charged, etc, etc, the engine will turn itself off in traffic. It's a seamless thing. You get used to it in no time at all, and you don't realise it's happening. It's excellent and saves you fuel. So you've got that there. And you've got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so you can mirror your phone on this screen, which is excellent. I'll be honest, I hadn't used it properly until last Wednesday, and I used it last Wednesday, and it's superb. You can, you know, search for things as driving using the voice control. It's brilliant, brilliant. I can't rave on about that enough. But once again, Google it or YouTube it. Mazda, Apple CarPlay, and it will give you a good demonstration of it all. In fact, I might put up separate videos off the Apple CarPlay and put that on our website. Entertainment. So you've got your usual FM, AM. You've also got DAB radio, which is a great favourite of mine. I didn't think DAB was going to be around for a long time. When it was launched some years ago, I thought it was going to be something that would come and go. It's definitely here to stay. I know a lot of the big radio stations are switching off their FM and they're going to go straight to DAB. So excellent that this car has this, and you have an array of channels. They're superb. There's something for everyone. It's very international, and you can listen to Talk Sport without all the interference. And one of my favourite things is you can listen to LBC radio anywhere in the country, because that always used to cut off as I drove out of London. So you've got that there. You can also stream music from your phone straight into the system. Okay, once your phone's connected, so you can do that via Bluetooth. And once your phone's connected, you've got your call lists, missed calls, etc. And so you can make a call, receive a call safely as you're driving along. If you have an Android phone, it will actually read your text messages to you. Don't tell your friends, because you'll end up sending you rude texts. Well, that's what happened to me anyway. Navigation. It's got a very good navigation system. I've used this thousands of times. I've used this in Europe as well. It's really, really good. Put your postcode in and off you go. You can also search by town, street name, etc. And as you're going along, if you need to find, I don't know, parking nearby. I mean, how much time have we spent looking for parking? And I certainly spent a lot of time driving around looking for parking. It will give you all the parking, watch direction, and the distance. Okay. Now to the settings. I don't want to go on too long because we're almost at 14 minutes now. You're probably getting bored. You've got this heads-up display here. Hopefully you can see it in the window, and you can adjust the height of that. Okay. Display settings there. Safety settings. So you've got smart city brake support. So there's a few. I think there's more than one camera up here. If you get too close to the car in front, there's no driver input. You're not steering, braking, accelerating. So, for example, you're in traffic. Hot summer's day. You're in a lot of traffic. You're looking around you. You get too close to the car in front. It'll put the brake on. Now, even if you never need that, the great thing is it will lower your insurance, because insurance companies recognise statistically most accidents happen at really low speed in those sort of conditions, so it lowers the insurance grouping. You've got blind spot monitoring. So in the wing mirrors, I don't think you can see, but there's I'll point it out to you. There's little grey patches there. They light up if someone was to overtake you or undertake you, just to warn you. Also, if you're coming out of a parking space and there's somebody comes from the back, I don't know, like a shopping trolley or a car or a person, when you're in reverse, it will bleep just to say, be careful, someone's coming from the back. And also when you're reversing, you've got the reverse camera, you've got the side cameras, you've got a front camera as well. So there's no excuses for bad parking. Lane keep assist. The car will keep you in lane on the motorway. So if you're not indicating and changing lanes, and you're just sort of letting the steering wheel roll, sort of feed through your hand, it will keep you in the lane. If you let go of the steering wheel, and please, once again, I'm not promoting this, the car will correct you twice and then it will come up on the screen, hold steering wheel. Obviously I was showing this on one of the launches of these cars when we're on a private testing ground. You've got traffic sight recognition system, driver attention alert, because so the car it can recognise your facial expressions when you're tired, and it will, like I've had it before, I'll yawn and go, oh, might be time to stop for a coffee or whatnot, and it will come up, take a break. You've got parking sensor, indication, and a 360 camera. So this car is amazingly equipped, quiet, refined, economical, roomy. I say one of my favourite cars, and if you've watched any of my other videos, you'll know I'm not just saying that. The Mazda 6 is a favourite of mine. Now, if you want any more specific videos, photos, don't hesitate to ask. Part exchange is extremely welcome. Even if you haven't got a Mazda or a Suzuki, we are very keen on other cars, because we sell them as part of our used car stock. We've got finance facilities to suit all. The car will come with a 12-month Mazda warranty, be fully validated, all serviced, ready to go for the next customer. And also bear in mind, if you're looking at these cars out of hours and you want to make an inquiry, make an inquiry. We often pick up inquiries out of hours because we do appreciate a lot of people look at cars out of hours, certainly myself. Oh, I did forget to mention, you've got this lovely rimless rear view mirror, and I know that sounds really trivial, but it's lovely, and it's auto dimming. So thank you very much for watching our video, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you. Bye bye.